through every topic, but the second part is more interesting because as a hobbyist, you are unable to go through the same process as I am. Then you will need to have a microscope. Everybody needs to have a microscope, and you need to identify parasites, right? And most important, you have to kill or dissect fish to know the truth within the fish. And for your information, I've killed more than 5,000 discus in my career. You know, I'm like trigger happy, very happy to kill fish. You know, I'm a sadist. You know, so whenever I see a problem, I'm not sure, I will take 10 or 20 fishes and dissect, just for fun. You know, it's like an entertainment to me. You know, I like to eat fish, but I also like to dissect fish. So every moment I dissect, sometimes I'm not a certified veterinarian, you know, but I work very closely with them. And whenever I have a problem, I bring 20 fishes for the vet to dissect, and I watch. Standing next to him or her is a lady, it's a Miss Tan. So then I will say, she will tell me there's a flagellate inside. What? Then I will go and see, and then I see what the flagellate looks like, and what are the other parasites that are there. Then I'll go back to my farm, and I start dissecting 20 of the same fish to see for myself. So I love killing fish. Okay, for the knowledge, you know. So that's why I dare to, and then not only dissecting fish, because the bacteria, what you call the parasite, pathologist, okay, pathologist, forgot the word, sorry. The pathologist only can tell me what is the parasite that is in my fish, but they are unable to tell me. Many pathologists in the world even write books, you know, Utu Grasser and all that. But not many people can tell you the actual solution, the dosage of the treatment. So I go back, I experiment with the treatment, or sometimes I kill the whole lot of fish. So I gauge and adjust, and I succeeded in eliminating the parasites from my fish. At one point, my fishes were totally 100% free of kill fluid and all parasites, besides white spot, which I cannot kill. Nobody can, unless your hatchery goes through artificial raising of the fish, which I'm not selfish. I also share with them in the group, in the Telegram group, how to artificially raise discus. So that's the only way to eliminate white spots totally. If not, you can never never relieve them of this white spot in the culture. No way, unless artificial raising. Okay? Give them another 1 minute, 2 minutes. Can somebody tell them to come?
Yeah, almost almost full.
Maybe less people because they are sick of my talk, so they go off. Maybe, yeah.
You see the microscopic views of the gut flora?
Yeah. I always dissect. I love it so much. That's why I wasn't a millionaire, because everything, so many fishes killed, and I'm not selling fish. I enjoy killing fish, you know, to have a better understanding. So now this knowledge of treatment is brought to you all free. You know, So no gain. No gain on my side. An absolute benefit to you all. So you must treat me to a drink. You see, as you treat me to a drink only, you smile. Many years ago, I think it's 2007, I went to Cochin under the invitation of your fishery department, Ampeda. Then to give us a workshop and a seminar. It was quite interesting, and a lot of mangoes in that place, in the Cochin, and a lot of cashew nut. You know? So I was okay. It's a reward. You know, it's a reward. So it was fun. You know? See, nobody, all run away.
You said 10 minutes, huh? You said 10-15 minutes.
You mean not 10 minutes yet? Indian time increased to 20 minutes. Okay, let's start. Okay, can't help it. They don't start. No mind. It's their loss.
They will be lying for.
It's not my gain. It's their loss, because I don't get anything. I'm paid etiquette to disseminate the information. So, but no salary. Salary have a mango. They gave me mango as my reward. Okay, now let's start the more interesting part: how to troubleshoot your fish. So you may not be a veterinary, or you may not be well versed in looking through the microscope, but don't worry, I will browse through all the pathogens just for your information, but I'm not going to, I don't have a microscope here to show you or teach you how to identify. That is unimportant, because if every hobbyist need to go through a microscope, then I think India will have the biggest assassination rate of discus. You're going to kill a lot of discus, you know. So I spare you of that. I've killed a lot. Okay. Now, troubleshooting. Now I'm going to browse through what are the problems, but just have a like-minded head to absorb what you can absorb. But I believe if you are the member of this discus club, this Indian All Indian Discus Club, you have a club, right? Are you the member? I don't know, but Anil will later in weeks or a month will get this video and distribute to your whoever have attended. Okay, if not, you can ask Anil or Lois will send you a copy. Okay, so you don't have to write down everything. Okay, but you must wait. Wait patiently. You want good things, must wait. You want great things, you must pay. Okay, now let me see. Where is my pointer? My cheap pointer. This is a cheap one. I bought it for, I have one very expensive, almost $20. But this one was last minute, I got for $2.50. Then on the way to the hotel, all the battery drop out. Okay. Okay, now, in discus keeping, we talk about troubleshooting, right? The fastest way, so that you to save your discus from agony, save your discus from starvation, and hopefully to optimize and the potential of your discus. So basically, there are two areas that is separated from each, which will cause your discus to have to prevent prevent your discus from falling sick, first is protozoan. Okay, this is the parasite world. Okay, pathogen world. So, on one hand, you have protozoan, you have copperpot. Copperpot is sometimes food for some of these fishes. It's a food for fishes, at least for some food fish larvae culture. But to other fish, because it's strain specific, to other fish it may be a parasite. You know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. Okay, I will explain on the way. Then you have worms. Problem is worms. Fish are infected with worms, bacteria, virus, and fungus. Okay, just to give you an idea, where I'll show you more slides. Environmental. Sometimes your fish may not have parasite, but then it's caused by environment factors on the other side, which is water parameter. Sometimes, actually in Singapore or even in your country or even in Vietnam, there are cases where suddenly they are keeping very good fish, potential to sell millions of dollars. You know, millions in Singapore, in India maybe is a few hundred lakhs. Okay, but the problem is poor water parameter and sometimes equipment failure. Power supply comes in, and then they are so happy, the fish are growing so happy, they celebrate with their girlfriend, their wife, and then says, oh, next month I'm going to sell a lot of fish, you know, I'm going to be rich, you know, and suddenly, one night, a lightning strike, power failure, and then they come back, all the fish die. This happened in Singapore too. A very beautiful breeder, breeding very beautiful fish, is called Raymond Lee in Singapore. Suddenly overnight, 99% of his fishes died. He was growing very nice, very high quality fish, and suddenly one night, not one day, don't even have a chance for 24 hours. In 8 hours, lightning strike, hit on the switch, and the power off. The pump cannot stop, cannot provide air. Next morning, it comes, okay, and all the fish dead. But he's stupid anyway. As a breeder, he's not very good. You must have some security, some operational security. You must have a standby pump. You must have a standby this. No, this is professional, huh? But some people try to save costs on this, save costs on having a standby generator. Then one day come finish. I won't do that. I'm very professional. I have standby this, standby that, standby this. I also standby because I stay in the farm. Okay. So when I was in Assam building a farm, when there was some power failure, I and my the workers that I imported from Singapore, together with me to help my big boss, my partner, even in the middle of the night, I will pull a clock. I know that the power must have failed, you know, and I walk from the house all the way to the hatchery with them, okay, and try to switch on back all the power. And I was braving against what? Elephant, tigers, because the farm got tigers. Really, got cobra even. So I just walk with them together, make more noise, you know, so that the snake may be afraid or scared of the bigger snake or me, so they run away. But then tiger is around. Seriously, I've seen tigers, elephants. Sometimes in the night when I was sleeping, then you see my boss tell me, don't respond to any sound. So at night you can see the wall of my house goes like that, you know, because the elephant is eating the grass. Then his trunk knock the wall. He said, you don't open the window, he will grab you. So but then anyway, that's the interesting part of the farming. So I go even at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I go with my workers to switch on the power, to check every discus are okay, This must be the way, okay? So, but this is also because of power failure, you can kill everything. You can eliminate your whole farm of discus. Then the third one is, of course, chemicals. A lot of people take chemicals lightly, just like water conditioner. People who produce the water conditioner like Prime and all this, they always tell you 10 times more is nothing. It's safe. But actually, they are not fish keeper. 10 times more may not kill your fish immediately. But because these chemicals, this conditioner, what is the purpose of this conditioner? Is to neutralize any chlorine or chloramine in your water, depending on what chemicals you use. So when you want to neutralize, honestly, nobody knows how much of chlorine is being put. The municipal put into their water, right? Because all the way from the treatment plant, they come to your house, maybe no conditioner, or very, very little. But because the producer, yes? Okay. Take out your bag, so heavy. Stress, cannot grow big. So anyway, maybe when you reach the water, municipal water, reach your tap, it has maybe 0.001 chlorine left, condition. Then you want to neutralize the chlorine, but the label writes 10-4 is not a problem or problematic to your fish. And then the 1-4 is already too much because it's not used up. You know what I mean? Because it got nothing in the water to neutralize. So what happened? When you put even 10 times, 10-folds of the amount, then this unneutralized chemical, which is basically sodium thiosulfate, will precipitate on your tank. And you see your tank got a layer of white precipitation. That is definitely overdose of water condition. You can see some white. You clean some part that you did not clean, turns white. That is precipitation. And this precipitation can clog the gills and can precipitate, the residue can precipitate on the gills filament of the babies and the fishes and the discus. And if you don't change water within 24 hours, some of the fishes got suffocated and they drop dead for no reason. Healthy fishes drop dead with no reason because the producer of these products are not fish keepers. Okay? I've seen a lot of labs that produce all these chemicals. And you know how many tanks? Most of them have maybe 5 tanks or 6 tanks to do their experiment. It's a long story, but I'll cut it short. 5 tanks. But to do an experiment in 5 tanks doesn't prove its efficiency or its accurate quantity. For me, it's different. In my farm, I have 1,500 tanks. Yeah, 1,000 glass tank and about 700 cement tanks. I got a big farm. So whatever I do, when I do across the board for everybody, then the effect, the adverse effect can be felt more strongly. So just to tell you now, because you need another 4 hours of talk, okay? After I recover, then we talk again. So overdose of chemical may seem normal, but actually it can it can have detrimental effect. You know, can kill your fish. So don't trust too much on water conditioner or chemicals like even potassium permanganate. You know, you go and treat. I say 200 milligram per 100 liter of water. Okay, you don't think it's smart? I put maybe 2 gram. Okay, not milligram, 2 gram, for half an hour. Maybe it will work better, not fast. You know. And then what happened? It's a very personal experience. What happened if suddenly, like what I did, I dosed with formalin for short bath. Then my workers come and tell me, "Sir, dinner ready." Okay, I go and eat dinner. It's supposed to be half an hour short bath, you know, soaking the fish. I go for dinner. I enjoy my dinner because my worker cook very nice food. So I enjoy. I smoke cigarette. Okay. After that, 3 hours later, oh dear, my fishes were on treatment. Then I ran back to the hatchery, which is near my house. All day. See, overdosing of chemicals can kill your fish. Okay, must be very careful. How much precise is important, and also overdose of formalin or high dose of formalin. If you all use formalin, just remember, so that next time you can recall. High dose of formalin for short bath is good, but by increasing the contact time of the chemical with the fish, say for example half an hour, you always maybe put half hour, maybe 40 minutes. Okay, they will not kill your fish, but your discus on formalin treatment, short bath, high dose, okay, may not kill your fish, but it will cause the underside of the gill membrane. Welcome.
Thank you.
Underside of the membrane to harden. It means it bites into the membrane and it hardens the inner side of the gill. And you may not notice, but after some duration, some time, the underside becomes a strong layer, hard layer. When as the fish grows, this hard layer is unable to grow because it's hardened already. So the fish start to grow and the gills start to grow, but the membrane is not pulling them from expanding, pulling the gill from expanding. And then the gill, because of the formalin treatment, may not die, but the gill will get deformed. So a lot of people who use formalin didn't realize that their gill are all bent out. It could be formalin. Okay, just be careful. The dose right is right, wrong is wrong. Don't be smart, because I have been smart before and I know. Too smart. Okay, so overdose of drugs also. The thing is, overdose, people put antibiotic. You put 2 liter, okay, it may not work, and you will cause the antibiotic to be resistant, the bacteria to be resistant to that drugs in the future, so you cannot use. You overdose, long-term overdose, in other words, you treat 1 time and 2 times, then immediate effect is maybe you'll be able to cure your fish. But long-term, after 3 months of treating, your fish suddenly dies because their liver or their kidney is damaged by the drugs. So a lot of people in the internet, I get agitated and I am so angry by them, agitated by them. They say They always recommend, oh, you can use this drug, you can use tetracycline, you can use this, you can use that. But you ask them, what is your dose? The accurate dose? They don't know. They just anyhow. Trigger happy, 1 teaspoon or half teaspoon. Are you underdosing or overdosing? So when I recommend, usually when I recommend a treatment, I tell you precisely because I made failures. So I tell you, like for example, tetracycline, okay, 2.0 gram per 100 liter, okay. You want to use gentamicin, 1.8, you know, 1.8 gram per 100 liter. But then you want to use some other antibiotic, then you're going to ask me and I'll tell you how many gram. Okay? Because this experiment I've gone through and I know the potency of the drug. Okay? Now I cannot tell you because it's short. You know that I'm selfish. Okay? You have to talk to me in my group. Okay? Because now not enough. I can tell the story of my discus till the cows comes home. Okay? Can be 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, but then other speakers have no chance to talk. You know? I talk over all the time. No, not nice, not nice. Okay? Understand or not? Overdose of drugs. Yeah. Okay, now this one we're going to browse through, okay? I'm not going to tell you each and individual and their behavior. I know, but it's also in my book, but just to go through and read, okay? Just read, browse through for your understanding, okay? Because after all this identification of parasites, the best part of it, of my talk, is to tell you how to solve your problem without even knowing this. Okay? So